gathering for a special ceremony. Dick.
Yeah, you know, Mary and Chris, I was just thinking about 16 years. It's almost hard to fathom 16 years, especially when you look around and you had the shot from Chopper 2, how everything's changed. The building is going up. Literally, the city has risen. But this day, in a lot of ways, it brings us back. It brings these people back. And they're here to hear those names. And in every name, there's a life. It's special. It's painful. But it's uplifting, especially when you hear some of their stories, the stories of bravery. I spoke to one former FDNY chief about what went on that day and about what's gone on through the years. Let's listen. 16 years, do you believe it?
No, I can't believe it. It's timeless, you know.
Former FDNY Deputy Chief Rich Allies remembers, and at each September 11th anniversary ceremony, uses all his strength to hold himself together. When you have a day like this, the Day of Remembrance, how difficult does it get for you?
I can let it get very difficult, but I discipline myself not to do that. It's very easy to fall apart. I lost several extremely close friends of mine, many friends, many colleagues, probably knew close to 3/4 of the firefighters and officers that got killed that day.
We spoke at the 9/11 Memorial reflecting pools. All around it, the city has sprung back to life, the skyline rising ever higher, one story at a time. But there's always the fear that as the years pass, memories fade. You have kids, I have kids. There's a whole generation that really doesn't appreciate the enormity of this. Should we be worried about that?
We should. I mean, when I was a child growing up, as you were, we were taught in school about Pearl Harbor, you know, World War II. I got that. I wasn't there. It was many years before I was born, and I just don't feel that enough attention is being paid in our schools about September 11th and what it was all about.
But 16 years after 9/11, nobody forgets the great spirit that took over the city. New Yorkers fighting back, but also reaching out.
It was incredible. We'd be bussed into the area to work, and there were crowds and crowds of people with posters cheering us on. I mean, and it was
the signs, too.
And the signs. And it was some exhausting days. Yes. You were like tired. The last thing I wanted to do was another 10 hours of this, but that gave us strength.
And so on this day, we honor those brave souls who left for work and never came home, who raced inside the inferno with no fear for their own lives. September 11, 2001. We remember, we read the names with pain, but always with great pride. Anything you want to add?
God bless America.
God bless America. Yeah, we'll hear that today, and it really takes on a special meaning every day. And I have to tell you, when you talk to the people who come here, and they really expose themselves. They expose themselves to that day again. They expose themselves to that pain and that remembrance. And you ask them, why do you come? And so many of them say the same thing. They say, because we want to make sure nobody forgets. We're live in Lower Manhattan. Dick Brennan, CBS 2 News. Chris and Mary.